Students, this is the converse of Thales theorem. We have to prove, we have to check this is coming, this is right or wrong. Here, just the converse, that is in Thales theorem it was, that is if a line is parallel to one side and also intersects the other two sides in two distinct points, then obviously the sides, actually the intersection, those two sides will be in proportion. The ratios will be same. Here what the converse, that is the ratios are same, so obviously that side will be parallel, just the opposite. So let us see. If this is a triangle ABC, we draw one line we are drawing one line, that is DE. This DE line will claim that this DE line is not parallel to BC, but AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. Here, just you have to write, draw a line DE such that AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. This has been given here. We have to check that is this is parallel or not. Claim DE is not parallel BC. We are claiming that DE is not parallel to BC. So what will happen? If DE is not parallel to BC, then also the proportion is there. So by Thales theorem, we can say there will be must another line that is parallel to BC. The proportionality is being held here, but also we are saying DE is not parallel to BC. So obviously by Thales theorem we can say that is another line will be there that will be parallel to BC. Let this line is this one. We name this as DF. So by Thales theorem, another line must be parallel to BC. So let DF is parallel to BC now. We are claiming that if DE is not parallel, so obviously DF will be parallel. Then let us see what is happening. So DF is parallel to BC. So Thales theorem, if we apply Thales theorem again by Thales theorem, see we are just proving the converse of Thales theorem by Thales theorem only. So just see, Thales theorem is a unique theorem. It can be used in each and every examples or each and every triangle where this type of conditions are being happen. Okay, so again by Thales theorem, AD by DB is equals to AF by FC now, because we are claiming DF is parallel to BC. So if DF is parallel to BC, so obviously AF will be here in the proportion. So this was number 1. Number 2, so from 1 and 2, previously we have it is given that is AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. Here we are getting AD by DB is equals to AF by FC. So from 1 and 2 we can say AE by EC is equals to AF by FC. The left hand sides are equal, so obviously the right hand sides will be equal. Now let us do a trick here, a very important trick I am doing here. Let us take plus 1 at both the sides. AE by EC is equals to AF by FC plus 1. Why I am taking plus 1? Very important trick here. Just do the fractional addition. So AE plus EC by EC is equals to AF plus FC by FC here. Just the fractional addition. Very simple. AE plus EC. AE plus EC. So total AC it is coming. Let us write AC by EC is equals to AF plus FC. Again AC is coming. AC by FC. So from here the numerators are equal. The fractions are equal. So from the properties of the fractions what you have learnt in class 5. So from that property we can definitely say EC is equals to FC. So this EC is equals to FC. When it is possible? Here just see E and F are two different points. But we are getting that is EC is equals to FC. So this is possible only when E and F are two similar points. The one point only, E and F are not different, those are one point, the similar point. So this is a contradiction. Here you can say like this is the contradiction sign. This is a contradiction, that is what we have claimed here that we are not getting here. So obviously here I am writing EC is equals to FC. So this is possible only when E and F coincide. E and F coincide. So obviously DE is parallel to BC. We have claimed at first the DE is not parallel to BC, but we have got a result that is not supporting our claim. That is proving that we have taken the false claim. So obviously DE is parallel to BC. Proved. Actually this is a technique of proving a theorem. This is called the contradiction. Okay, that is first of all we will claim that what we have to prove that is not possible, and after that we will apply some logics and see that is what we are claiming that is false only. So obviously what is given that is true. This is the contradiction. So students, you have learned the Thales theorem and also the converse of the Thales theorem. Hope you have learned it properly. Just pause the video and write down. Writing down those are very much useful because the online classes are going on. You are seeing only the videos. We can't give you the class notes. So obviously take those as the class notes. Just write down those. Okay. So practice those two theorems and then memorize. Try to memorize because those are very much important. Please subscribe my channel, and also if this is helpful to you, so please give a like or dislike is there always for you. So thank you students.